Okay, so our Super Saloons, it's Trevor Elliott who's leading the points on the Super Saloons. He's on, let's just find the right piece of paper, here, 23 points according to the piece of paper I've got here, which is 4 ahead of the second place Jason Phillips on 19. And then there's a whole swag of cars on 17 points. Jason Moore, Malcolm Nartai, Paddy North, Kane Lawson, all on 17. So really Trevor Elliott needs to finish, well, Jason Phillips needs to finish 4 places ahead of Trevor Elliott if he's going to have any shot at getting this title. So they're getting those revs up, coming out of turn 4. Huge contact. Oh my goodness me, that's Malcolm Nartai and Kane Lawson.
Gavin Hill, mate.
Oh, Gavin Hill, beg your pardon. But Gavin Hill, the colour scheme's pretty similar on both. Poor Gavin Hill. I think last season he had a horror start, didn't he, from memory in the first meeting?
To be fair to Malcolm on that one, he was by the wall and Gavin went from the pole line into his side.
Yes.
Malcolm just kept the gas up,
which is probably the right thing to do, to be honest.
Well, he was going to drive over the top of him if Gavin even got slightly dug in, but Gavin just moved over and slammed into the side of Malcolm. It's taken a wheel off Malcolm's car, but I'm sure the purists will say it was the Superstock driver's fault.
I don't know. You don't want to lift off when you're by that wall, not in the Super Saloon. It sucks you in, doesn't it?
Well, the best thing he did was push Gavin back down across the track. And, I mean, to be fair, had Malcolm backed off it, or relented, he would have ended up, both the cars would have ended up hanging off the fence.
Yeah, that's right.
But, I'd be... they helped Malcolm out of the car. What trimmer Malcolm this season, I know.
Yeah, that's right. Good on him. Oh well, that's not the best way to end your Super Saloon racing for the night. Hardly got across the start-finish line. Gavin Hill before their race is done.
Yeah, to be fair, the Super Saloons, I've called it ring rust all night, but some of their starts have been
very average. Yep, agreed. So our nice shiny new tow truck will get Gavin Hill's car off the racetrack there, and I think Malcolm's will be towed by the super tractor.
Yeah, Malcolm's doing what I would do. I'd be running. He's not quite. I don't think he's capable of jumping the fence, but he's certainly he's going to get back into the pits. He might as well get bolted into the super stock and the pit track and worry about the car when it gets dragged back in.
And I've just been handed the official points for the street stocks for the Moller Trophy Challenge, and as we called it, Dave McSherry and Rob McSherry are both on 46. Whether there has been a count back or not, I don't know, because Dave McSherry's name's listed first, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's won it. That we'll find out in the club rooms later on. And third place, as we called it, Steve Peterson on 40. So those two cars have been very swiftly removed from the racetrack. Good work by our infield crew there.
To be fair, had Gavin Hill's car actually dug in, I'm sure Malcolm would have been well and truly on the infield as he launched over the top of it.
Yeah, would have been. Could have been a nasty accident. Nasty enough as it is, but
I guess it's one of those things, but it's a little unnecessary this early in the season. So Ryan Marsden obviously not out there. Richie Taylor not. Paul Berg's car still looks like it's on the axle stands. Roger Neese's car, the bonnet's back on and sitting behind the trailer. Gavin Hill clearly not there. Malcolm Nartai not there.
So a somewhat depleted field to complete this last heat. But basically, as we said before, Jason Phillips needs to finish 4 places in front of Trevor Elliott, and given that he's starting several places behind him, that's a big ask.
Frankly, we'll run out of cars before we get to that point.
I think we probably will. So Trevor Elliott just needs to keep it clean, bring the car home, not get involved in any argy-bargy or awkward stuff. It'll be interesting to see Paddy North's pace off the front of this pack. I think Paddy's, well, we all know his pedigree as a driver. He's just an amazing driver of any kind of speedway vehicle, to be honest, and all of them, you might say. But, you know, this is off the front. He's going to have a chance to really test the legs of this car in Super Saloon form.
I mean, it is Paddy's saloon car at the end of the day, but it'd be interesting to know what motor it's got on it, whether it's still the 357 or 358 or whatever they run, or whether it's gone to something that's a bit throatier, or maybe in the 400 bracket.
Perhaps he took the engine out of his sprint car and stuck it in there. No. clearly. Showing my ignorance there, obviously that's not possible. Unless you're Blondie Chamberlain. So
he'd run a Rotax in his
So Green, ready to go. Paddy North off the front. He's got Trevor Elliott right at the back of his car. And on the outside, Jason Moore in the 86 car, making a race of it with Paddy North. Trevor's got to just keep everything clean and tidy here. He'll want to get to the front and he can control the race, but he needs to do it without any dramas at all. This is his championship now. He's just got to bring it home. Paddy North, that car looking very safe and secure as it runs through the turns. Could be on rails, that 46 car of his. Trevor Elliott's got through to a solid second place, and already there's about 5 or 6 car lengths back to Jason Moore in third. Kane Lawson in that 6 car. He looked racy in that first heat, but he was a bit quiet in the second one. Can he bring that car alive on this track? Still plenty of grip, plenty of racing to be done on this track. And he's just holding station mid-track there with Kevin Huddleston tucked in behind him. And the second place guy on points, Jason Phillips, tucked right at the back of the field, just ahead of the 272 two-seater of Ron Taylor. So Trevor Elliott zipping up the inside of Paddy North, had his front wheel right on the pole line there. Be interesting to see what the referees say. Paddy North comes back at him up the inside, going through Enviro Waste turn. They're neck and neck as they come out of turn 4. Trevor Elliott's got just a little bit more power on the straight, but you get the feeling that Paddy North's car is just able to put that power down a little better. Coming out of turn 2, he holds on, and then the surge comes from Elliott and he opens up a very slight gap. I think that's what's going to happen as they go around. These two very experienced drivers, they're not going to wreck gear, they're not desperate. It's only opening night. This is not the New Zealand title. They don't need to go 110%, just 100% is fine. And Trevor Elliott just stretching the legs of that 27 car, opening up the gap. And I think Paddy North's going to have to realise that he's not going to reel him in. Instead, he's got trouble in the back, with the 6 car of Kane Lawson looking particularly racy now as he comes through into third place, and he's challenging for second. Can Kane Lawson get through on Paddy North? Jason Moore's fancying his chances here too. And right at the back of the field, Jason Phillips has got past the 444 of Kevin Huddleston. So Paddy North still in second place. Trevor Elliott goes down past the Value Cars Warehouse grandstand, through Enviro Waste turn, 3 and 4 here at Woodford Glen, comes across the start-finish line, ticks off lap 8 of this race. The brakes on the back of Paddy North's car glowing bright orange, and round the outside goes Kane Lawson. Up the inside comes the 86 of Jason Moore. The track seems to have come to Moore's car in these last few laps, and he's getting his nose in front of the 6 car there. He takes over a solid third place. We're on the white zone now, just half a lap to go for Trevor Elliott. Past the Value Cars grandstand, into Enviro Waste. He'll come back down the front straight and win the Moller Young New Zealand Trophy Challenge for Super Saloons 2018. Second place in that race is Jason Moore, then Paddy North and Kane Lawson. Tell us about those other points, Jared.
Somewhere in that last 2 laps, Jason Moore woke up.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
He's coming, looking at the points Trevor Elliott's won. Jason Moore's actually taken second overall, and there's a tie-up between Paddy North and Jason Phillips, Kane Lawson, rounding out the top 5. Yeah, Jason Moore, of course that's Dennis Bolt's old car.
Yeah,
cars back, and then Dennis's current car is the one that Kane is driving tonight. And he just came out of nowhere in those last few laps and took out a couple of spots, made them fairly easy passing cars that had been sitting behind for a while. Paddy North's got to give him the dues. I don't know how much of that is still saloon versus how much of that's still super. Yeah. But to foot it on this track is traditionally favourable for big horsepower cars, and he's managed to hold it together tonight, just even to bring it home. I think we've seen a lot of form tonight. I think we've also seen a lot of damage as well. Yeah,
we have. So hopefully these guys will be able to repair their cars for next week. Of course, don't forget our big fireworks extravaganza brought to us by Brown and Syme Painting Contractors will be on next Saturday. You'll need to get here early if you want a decent seat. It always fills up. It often is. We have to put the closed sign out at the gate at some point during the evening because the place fills up to capacity. If you want to guarantee that you're going to get in, pop down to the Woodford Glen shop and get some tickets off Steve. And also, while we're talking about tickets, don't forget, if you want your tickets for the New Zealand Superstock Championship here in the January 3rd and 4th, is it, I think? It's really important that you order your tickets and get your tickets early. If you turn up on the day expecting to get in, you might just be disappointed. That's how quickly these things are sold.